Well, hi there. I'm Anthony Cary. Welcome to my lounge. I've been entertaining Sean and his lovely girlfriend Samira with anecdotes and foibles from my life, and I'd like to share them with you. So here are the answers to 10 questions. If you're doing it right, it's not just a hobby for anyone. When you realize you have someone else's life in your hands and you can tip it up or tip it down or destroy it, depends on the information you have on them. Generally, it's highly embarrassing. It provides me a thrill, not unlike big game hunting. It really just, to have the power over someone's life and use it wantonly for no reason, really making arbitrary decisions about what they do and why, it fulfills me. Jesus Christ, man. I got problems. Well, I've got a stated love for bearded dragons, so I might have to just default to that, because I've been with Tess for about 15 years now, and she's treated me right. I do keep her in a cage most of the time. Our sex life is non-existent, which is good, because it's illegal, in this state at least. I've checked the laws. Does it have to be like marriage? Can it just be like two cool cats hanging out? Yeah, then we'll go with bearded dragon. I'll tell you what's not my favorite disease. They're really funny names for some diseases. So I work with medical software, as a lot of people you know do. And they're these like goofy things that you punch in and it's like, happy puppet disease. You're like, that's hilarious. And then you look up what it is and it's just the saddest, most macabre thing you've ever seen. Don't look up random funny name diseases, because they were all funny named because they were like, they didn't know what to do with them in the 1800s. So they made up this goofy name. And it's just sorrowful, because a disease in the 1800s is the worst disease. Best disease? Barry Manilow. I did not have an answer. So Barry Manilow. Ooh. Games, role-playing books, any kind of a board game that like I've heard of but never played before. The more minis, the better. If it says like 3 to 4 players, 6 to 7 hours, I'm in that van. And they better have Mountain Dew to keep me going. I think they're actually going to combine it with Cheaper by the Dozen. So it's going to be like this weird Steve Martin vehicle where he's just like in a van with all his kids and he's like trying to get him to hockey practice. Vin Diesel is in there and he's the coach. And The Rock is, he's selling hot dogs. Yeah, they kind of went off the rails at 10. You know what I'm talking about. It'll be a Steve Martin vehicle though, for sure. I think we all sense it coming. They're all taco related, because I know you're all about chorizo. I feel like a chorizo-based motto is a sad motto. Like, what does it mean that you live your life for like a spicy pork? Chorizo, motherfuckers! And you've got like fireworks that you're like waving around. I don't know if fireworks can be part of a motto, but chorizo, motherfuckers, and you're like waving like bottle rockets that just fly out of your hands. I could see that, and you're very enthused about it. Yeah, I like that image. Donald Trump. I mean, do I need to say that out loud? It seems inappropriate. I think the news media making up crap that teenagers do, like the whole Tide Pod thing, or there's a thing about like lipstick blowjob parties and stuff. Like, why does the local news, I know that they're like shoestring budget and they gotta make news stories, but like, why do they keep buying into these ridiculous things? Kids today are doing this terrible thing where they're injecting concrete into their eyeballs. Like, no, they're not. They're just not. I blame the budgets of local news more than anything, but man, you can do better, guys. Do better. That seems like a thing that they would say. I feel like this is in the context of a Street Fighter style beat 'em up, It's the only way I could really imagine it. I love the thing where, like, the guy jumps or the woman jumps and they, like, do a corkscrew spiral with their head for some reason. And there's usually lightning shooting out. They did it in Thor Ragnarok, and I feel like it was a shout out to Street Fighter because it's just a stupid move. It makes no sense. I would definitely want that move because it's stupid. The IU kick, obviously, the Dragon Punch. I would want a good taunt at the end, like once I've beaten them. It's not really a move, but like that's the one everyone remembers, you know? So I'd really want to do something, not like teabagging or something juvenile. I'd want to like, I don't know, like whip out an easel and like draw a picture of them like really sad and pathetic and dejected and like give it to their life partner, like something really dark. And then a good block, a good like low and high block at the same time because that doesn't happen in fighting games. So I'm making my own move, that's what I want. Well, when a mommy and a daddy and Jesus all love each other very much, they enter a smush point, and after, liberally speaking, 45 seconds of smushing, 9 months later, a baby appears. Oh man, it had to be fictional. Can I be a Mary Sue in this universe? If we had to go fictional, man, Star Trek is pretty fun just because like they're post-scarcity and like everything's just like philosophical, psychological thing. But if I had to Mary Sue myself, I'd actually go like Mad Max, because you know what, you can make your own law there. And if I was in charge of everything, I wouldn't be in charge of anything, like the guy taking down dictators and everyone would love me. Yeah, I'd go Mad Max because the stakes are a lot higher and people have very low expectations of you. That's a sad portal into my psyche.
That was super fun. This is gonna be good videos.
How are your knees, by the way?
I'm good. This
really?
is how I sit every time I do this.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, all right.